There it is. And this is Light Language Part 9. Can you believe that? 9. We've had 9 beautiful conversations around light language.
Yay.
I'm thrilled. And I was thinking about this because I was rewatching the playlist in preparing for this. And it started off as I thought, oh, here, I'll ask JJ and Karen on. We'll do a laugh and learn about light language. Well, 8 more episodes.
Yeah.
So
it has been a fun journey.
It has been a great journey. Oh my gosh. Everyone, please welcome JJ from Tuta Speaks.
Oh, this way.
There's the amazing Starseed Awakening 1111, Karen. I am Tara Stash.
Oops.
Insert fan thwarp here. Thank you all for being here. Yes.
I threw all my bills away.
Yeah. Did you pay them or did you just throw them away with the hope that they will go away?
Well,
tune in next week.
And we're glad to have the best chatters here with us because we want to hear from you. This is our what have you learned about light language conversation. This is where I'm hoping the chat is just a buzz. So this is for entertainment purposes only. Like, share, and subscribe to all of our channels.
Whee!
And we are simulcasting this on all 3 of our channels. So thank you. Right now we have 35 people watching. 35 of the best chatters here.
Welcome, best chatters.
Yes. Yay. Yes. So I'm gonna take a sip of something because I'm like on. So this is the first time we've seen each other since the new year. How are you, JJ?
You know, I'm doing good. Spirit and my team they've been telling me to not just for myself but for other people to just really clean up for what's coming, and that's like inside my body. And unfortunately, that means I need to also declutter. It's just interesting. It's so cliche that it happens around New Year's Eve where resolutions are made. Yes. But yeah, they're just saying that when we have clutter, like a cluttered closet in our house, like that does something to the energy of the house, even though it's a closet. And then they said for inside of our body as well, that we have these closets that need to be cleaned out. So that's how I'm starting my new year, is cleaning up the inside of me and the outside.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wow. Karen, how have you been?
I have been pretty good. I have been doing exactly what JJ is doing. I have did decide to get rid of so many things. I did not want to carry on any stagnant energy or old energy into my next chapter. So I got rid of a lot of things, which can be emotionally charged. But I had a goal and I kind of completed that. Now on to the clothes. You never know how many clothes you have until you really look at your closets and your drawers. Then it's like,
yeah.
I remember one of the great things that you said last time, Karen, was you were looking at things instead of getting rid of it. You framed it in the, what do I want to take with me?
Yep.
And that little nuance has stuck with me. In fact, I've referenced it a couple of times and I've even named your name. So if your ears are burning, I'm going,
that's why.
Yes.
That's what it was. Yeah, it really, I would catch myself going into that mode of feeling attachment to something. And then, and as I was telling Gerald, before the program, it was funny that my baking items were the things that I like had a little heart flutter over. And it was like, okay, what about this mixer? And I'm just like, I can't get rid of it. But do I need the mixer? Well, I could just go buy bread and yeah. So that kind of, it was funny to me that was something that caused me great anxiety, was all of my baking stuff. But I can get it again.
Yeah.
It is a fresh start. It's a fresh start.
It is. It is. And I want to, I think it was, what they're showing me is like the shedding of just these old things that you don't need, So, yeah. How was your New Year, Gerald?
My New Year's was great. Spent time with Jeffrey and a couple of our close friends. It was lovely. And I'm going to have a conversation on Tuesday on my channel with Jamie about my word of the year for 2024. And I've been doing that for a while, picking a word of the year. Last year's word was edit. And it made it through about 6 months of the year. In the last 6 months, there was nothing with it. So I am, like you were saying, JJ, there's this need of, all right, let's air this out. Anyhow, but we have got 39 people who are watching. Thank you, everyone. We're simulcasting. Please make sure that you use your tiny hands to like, share, and subscribe to all of our channels. Yeah. Anyhow, so I'm going to, hello everyone. We've got a great group of people here. Are you okay, Karen? Have I lost you? I mean, I
don't know why the tiny hands just always make me laugh.
They're funny.
They're funny. I see Eliza here, Richie's Reach, Karen Doyle, Jane the Seeker, Tara Your Way, Teresa, Book Bewitched, Miss Charlotte, KK, Quilting Babe, Suzanne Rich, Wayne Rich, Lori Huntsinger. I'm going to miss someone, I am sure. Nancy, A Crone's Intuition. And while I am doing this, we're going to be wanting to hear from you about what you've learned about light language. What are some of your takeaways? Did I see Juno? Somebody mentioned Juno. I may call. I'm going to scroll down. Jane the Seeker said, "Oh goodness, I'm not cleaning my house, but I will clean my body."
Good.
Yep. So, and Wayne said, "Me too." And Kaz, I am glad you're here. That's why there is a playlist. Trust me, I was listening to it at double speed and I sound funny. Beth Espazia Rising. Sharon Sipe is here. And so Decluttering Central there. Yep. Mary Thornberry. I'm pretty fond of it too. And Kevin, when we're done, I'm going to be putting a bug in JJ's ear about another session of that. Well, I'm going to say it right here. How's that?
Okay.
We all know people who are in need of healing and energy work. And I would love to see another one of those. What was it called?
The Healing Light.
Healing Light. Yes.
Yeah.
I think we need to do another one of those. And if I might be invited, I'd love to participate. Maybe see what my light language can do in some of my aqua training.
Yay.
So, okay.
Yeah, that would
you
be
guys
lovely.
do that?
What?
When do you do that, Jade? When do you do that?
We do it. Kevin will let us know when it pops up. Kevin's the ringleader. Yeah.
That's right. Okay. I thought you had started something. Yeah, definitely keep me on that email list, Kevin.
Yeah. Bobby said, I've been doing that on and off, cleaning, getting rid of things, and organizing. What do they say? Someone's junk can be someone else's treasure.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, let me tell you, I would take things out to the trash and then like go back and it would be gone. So it was kind of amazing to me. So definitely someone's trash is someone's treasure. Yes.
That is so true. Annie Bear is here. Hello. And Annie is painting.
Yay.
So, all right. So, Jane the Seeker said, my light language is my art doodle. Well,
Beautiful.
Yeah. So, okay. So hang on. This is where I'm like I'm not hot. I'm actually cold, and it's cold outside. So I'm cold. So, and that for me has always told me, that's told me ancestors and people are coming in. So,
when Jane the Seeker says my light language is my art doodle, that kind of sums up what I have learned through this, is that light language isn't just spoken.
yes.
It's art, it's symbols, it's dance, it's all sorts of things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's do a recap. And this is a quick recap because we want to hear from everybody. What is light language and how does it show up?
I feel like it shows up differently for each person. My light language came in all at once. I was putting the work in, though, my spiritual works. And mine happened all at once with spoken language and like sign language. That's how mine came in.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say the same. Yeah, mine came in. The speech came in all at once. It has changed and it has progressed, because when it came in, it was more, I would see things in my head that I needed to take out or pull out of someone. That's the best way I could describe it. And then the hand movements came in later. And then the singing came in later. So, but yeah.
I think, go ahead, JJ.
How about you, Gerald, with the symbols?
Well, I've been doing these symbols for a long time, and I watched the first show and I was laughing because I said, we all know I don't have a light language. And not 20 minutes into our conversation, I went, wait a minute. Is what I'm hearing light language can be symbols as well? I have symbols all the time, and I shared that moment with everybody. So go back and watch. And a big takeaway is light language is the language of our soul. It's the language of soul is a great way to think about it. It resonates with us as individuals. And when we lean into that and we trust it, it becomes very powerful. So yeah.
Kevin had a kind of cool question there, and he was like, he said, and I want to get to it because, yes, did it come in or did you let it out? I literally, I would have to say, if I had to put a time, like put it in progression, it came in the middle of the night while I was sleeping. I was making my coffee, and all of a sudden this language started pouring out, and I really thought I was going crazy. And that is honestly how JJ and I met and started talking, because Debbie was like, no, you're not going crazy. It's just light language. I have a friend that does it too. And but yeah, I would think there wasn't any letting out, because it was like the floodgate. Just I couldn't stop it. So Yep.
Yeah, I think mine is both. It came in and I let it out.
Yeah, there was
So,
no
yes.
wanting to do it. Yeah.
I think it has always been there for me. I recognized it, and when I was like going, wait a minute, you mean that's light language? It's like, oh, and then lots of things started to click into place.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's been incredible. More people are coming in, and I want to say hello, thank you. Again, all of the best chatters are here. So we've done a quick recap of that. And, how has this helped you along your spiritual journey? But JJ, you had talked about something with light language that was an important thing to share. Do you remember that?
What we were talking about before.
Yes.
Yeah. So besides like cleaning up the inside of us, and the outside of us, they were talking about, and I'll check in with my light language here in a second. But the feeling that I was getting is that we have this co-creation with spirit. And I know a lot of us here are all on the spiritual journey together in this community. But one thing they're just reminding us is to really have reverence, respect, and honor for the collaboration between yourself and your spiritual helpers, your spiritual journey.
Mm.
Yeah, I'll just check in really quick. It's like they're putting that song in my head. You can't have one without the other. So it's one of those. Yeah, it is a co-creation, a collaboration, and they really want to just pass on that. Honoring. I know a lot of times I'll be like, oh, this isn't happening fast enough. Oh, like today it's not working. That person gets so much more than me. Is this just all in my head? Am I schizophrenic? All that stuff. And they're like, just honor how far we've come as a co-creator with our spiritual path. I know we're all reaching for more stuff and how can I be of service even more, but it's almost like taking a moment and just really understanding like, wow, how far we've come, and just really loving that connection that we have with our helpers.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I think recently I've had some awareness of the importance of honoring everyone's own path and celebrating it, especially when people are honoring their path and allowing it to go out into the greater environment.
Yeah.
If and Yeah, it's very much for my symbols, it's very much when one person moves their symbol a little bit, evolves it, everyone benefits. We may
Great.
not know it, we may never know it.
Mm-hmm.
And yet that's very powerful. Karen, what are you getting?
You always know when I get it. There were two things actually. Whoever said honor other people's path, that was 100%. I got ding, 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 ding. And there also is a part of acknowledging when somebody is doing something that annoys you or irritates you, to look at that and to see why that is. Because sometimes we have a habit of trying to change people or put our own opinions on them. And is there something that, because they show me that the mirroring back to yourself of something that you may not like within yourself. So that was one. And then I just lost the other one, but I'll get it back in a minute. So,
Okay. I just have to say there are amazing people who are here right now. We have 55 of the best chatters here. So I keep putting this up, because this is my tiny hands need something to do. Best chatter.
I know what it was.
Yes, good.
I know what it was. Someone was saying something. One of you guys were saying something about, basically stepping into your truth and your spirituality and what that looks like for you, and to just be okay. And then they showed me someone who there's a difference between escaping to they say a secluded forest to run away, or someone who is wanting to go to seclusion because that is where their safety is and they feel good about being alone. And so even though your spiritual journey may not be reading cards or doing light language or doing healings, your light, your beacon of light may be that person that truly is meant to be alone in your space, because that love and that gratitude in which the space that you are in shines so much brightly than, and then they take this person and stick them in the city and it's like the light just dimmed. So be okay with whatever brings you much happiness and joy. So
that's beautiful.
Yeah. That makes me emotional. Like when you were saying that, like tears, like I think we really need to hear that. So thank you for sharing.
Mm-hmm.
No problem.
Yeah. So what have I learned about light language?
Yes.
I have one. Who knew? Well, and I haven't told the two of you this, and anybody else watching. I struggled with the sense of, oh my gosh, this is light language. I have to do this. 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 And to my credit, I pumped the brakes and I went, the only thing that is different is you have a name for it that resonates.
Yeah.
Don't do anything else with it. It's just, well, the other thing to do is to include it in what I'm doing on a regular basis instead of separating it.
Yeah.
I only access these records when I'm reading tarot. No, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm doing it. I'm like going, let me pay attention to what's going on. So it's very powerful. So, and
for me,
through that. I mean, it was great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For me, I think that was one of the hardest lessons, is getting out of my own way, because I want to understand, and I still do. I want to understand why it's coming at the time that it's coming. Why do I, when I was back home in Colorado, I would look at a side of the mountain and all of a sudden I would have to start doing light language to the mountain. I still don't know why, but it's just getting out of my way to stay in that space of, being a conduit for whatever healing or whatever this is needs to come through. So there's times where I'm at work where I'm sitting here, trying to make a doctor's appointments for one of my clients. And next thing you know, the light language starts coming out and I'm like, okay, well, and I'm in my head just saying it. So I don't try to figure it out anymore. I don't try to figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, and Wayne summed it up really nicely. You don't have to attach a bunch of responsibilities to it.
No.
And yes, however, it does come with some responsibilities and some feelings about it, because I want to be true. Now that I know, I've seen it, I can't ignore it. So I feel the identity has honored the language with such deep reverence. How it unfolds is the magic to be. They said.
You should be writing cards. You have the best way of
Go
saying things.
Go work for Hallmark, Kevin.
Yes.
So, okay, I am curious about how I've got some starred comments, and I want to bring up Jonathan Daly put this on my community tab. He said, I have learned it's not just gibberish that comes out of my mouth, but actual light language. And I appreciate the advice that there are many different ways that light language can come through.
Perfect.
Awesome.
So, yes.
I do want to say too, that when somebody tells me they have a light language and then I get to hear it, a lot of times people are just nervous. Like, how is somebody going to react? Is this real? I've heard light language be like bird sounds, clicking, whale noises, something I can't even describe. It's again, it's more, it's like, could be sound, could be, resonance. So again, it's one of those things like trusting what's coming. Like when you speak it, like, how does it make you feel? If you speak it to a friend, how does that friend feel? And you just kind of, just try it out on different people. Because it's like, I knew somebody who wasn't using it because they were, to them, it wasn't a pretty sound, or it was like a big sound. But spirit was telling them that they're the key, and it's almost like a disservice, to be, I don't know, it's almost like you need to honor what you have and use it in a way that does make you feel comfortable. But if that's the key for someone's healing or our own healing, use it.
Okay. I'm going to ramble this, and then I've got some starred comments what people have shared.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I can just ramble this because you both are like, "Good, come on, Gerald. We know you're going to say something."
Mm-hmm.
I think part of what I just realized, I'm hoping that our conversations around light language have helped to start normalizing it for people. People have this. Some people have it and some people don't. If you have it, great. If you don't, great. Either way, I'm really paying attention. I see who you are just as you are, and that's good.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, especially in this time of all of this transformation that we're going through, I think more people are going to experience this, and it's going to be normal. It's what's going to be heard. We may end up calling it something different later. It's okay. It is what it is. So
it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Oh, that's a good question, Beck. How can anyone not have it if it's a soul language? Yeah.
Well, that goes back to what Kevin was saying is did you let it out or did it show up? Something along those lines.
So. Let it out. Let it come in. Yeah. Interesting, Beck. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm looking at the starred comments. Wayne said, I got a message from a meditation years ago. What will you take with you? What will you leave behind? I think that relates to what we were talking about.
The getting rid of things.
Yep. And well, think about it. Light language also means not heavy.
Yeah.
So, Hypnicity said, for me, every light bulb moment is a potential light language in my world, I guess. I can see that. Thank you. Thomas from Tarot Your Way said, maybe in dreams I have had, both me and other parties speak total gibberish, but both understanding unconditionally, unquestionably. Maybe. Sounds like light language to me.
Yeah.
Light language enablers. Yes, Wayne.
Ooh, I like that. I have a friend that does light language like JJ and Karen. I was there when it came first in for her.
Oh, beautiful.
That's a
Oh,
gift. Wow.
Yeah, that's really
Yeah. And Kaylee Fogo Pogo just finished Reiki too. Congratulations.
yay.
Congratulations. Mary Thornberry said, for me, it shows up in a spirograph, geometric shape, sometimes moving, sometimes not the same in color. Some in color, some in black, gray, white. Have no idea what that means.
Mm.
So,
have you ever drawn it?
That's good. That's a good question, Mary. Richie's Reach said, yes, Gerald, my light language started to reveal itself recently, so I acknowledge it and didn't freak out like I would have in the past. Oh, here you go. Flora D's daughter sings in light language.
Yay.
I mean, and wouldn't it be awesome to have adults around you if you're singing in a light language for the adults to recognize that and to celebrate it and to say, do some more of that?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Diana Oil Painter is here. Yes, there it is. It's hard to accept what you have. You have such a gift if you don't love yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I just went. Look at me. I'm like going, la, la, la. This is different energy today. Is that how the two of you are feeling? I'm experiencing this differently. How are the two of you experiencing it?
Yeah.
It is. It's way different. You know.
Is yodeling a light language? I hope so, Hypnicity. When I listen to yodeling, I just have a huge smile on my face. I just love it.
Yes. In my coven, we do something talking about our soul song and allowing our soul song to come through.
Mm-hmm.
I just put those two together. Soul song, light language, duh. Okay. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's like, good Lord. So, Pierrette said, I was doing doing an energy session and the clacking of the mouth started first, then the bird sounds came in a few months after. At first, I didn't know what was going on. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, today is weird.
Yeah. One time when I was doing, I was working on somebody, I sounded like a frog. Like I had to keep like making like, yeah, just a frog sound. And then finally I'm like, I can't stop making this sound. I'm like, what is it with you and frogs? And he was like, oh, they were my teachers when I did ayahuasca, in the jungle. And I'm like, good. Can we please stop with the frog language? I don't want to speak frog.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think somebody said something earlier. Keep talking. I'm just trying to find, because I think I saw, it's gone. Sheesh. Annie Bear said something about being a hollow bone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think she was asking, do we feel like a hollow bone?
And can you give a good definition of the hollow bone? I mean, I can try. Do you want me to try first?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead?
A hollow bone is something you are a conduit rather than a cup holding, so that the energy flows through you instead of collecting in you.
That, I think you nailed it.
Yeah. Okay. Is that okay, Annie?
Yeah, Annie has a really good way. Actually, what were you saying, Annie, about somebody was talking about it was described in Lakota with the hollow bone and it meant healer, right? Yeah, you don't need it.
You don't need it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Do you
and
feel
I
well?
yeah,
Yeah.
I think this is one of those things when I heard Annie Bear talk about that, it was that aha moment. It was the oh, I get it. And for me, I'm a visual person. That was absolutely beautiful for me. It was like it was this moment. It was like, oh yeah, that's exactly what I needed. And if your ears were burning, Annie, I'm sorry, because I was like, that was perfect. That made so much sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Oh, interesting. So,
Medicine man. Thank you, oil painter.
so yeah. Thank you, Annie.
Yeah. For me, I did start with like the hollow bone. And then as I progressed, I found that energy was coming in through different ways too. But the hollow bone, I mean, I even read a book called The Hollow Bone, which was a really interesting book about shamanism. Um, and let me see. Uh, Patio Tiono Komoshta Tano Kya Tana Ka Shewa Pakiana Kiana. And it is a beautiful way to think of like the hollow bone, because bone has like a percussion, to it. Uh, it's
Oh,
almost as when say if somebody is singing their light language, speaking it or whatnot. It's almost like when it goes through the hollow bone, it's like we add our own magic or ingredients to it as well. So it's not even like a full channeling. It's a co-creation is what they're trying to say.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of like a resonance
Yeah.
and teachability, amplify
Mm.
with love,
Mhm.
humility. Yep. And yeah, Annie's saying yes. So
Thank you for saying that, Beck. I was going to mention that. Like, I've been hearing lately, and you guys probably already know this, that the churches and cathedrals were originally for healing. Not that church isn't healing, but it was for sound healing and resonance. Did you guys know that or hear about that theory? Um, isn't that
I
Well,
beautiful?
also pyramids.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like how you feel when you go into that most perfect spot with the echo and whatnot. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Well, and yes, and there's some practicality of it too, because we didn't have they couldn't amplify with technology, but yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I had no
Yeah.
idea. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
um, so hollow bone, yes, no. Karen, feel that way?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
I'm with
I
you.
think it. Yeah, I'm totally with you. I'm like going, yeah, because that was my aha moment from last week. It was like, oh, so yeah,
Yeah. When you described it, they literally, I just got ding, ding, ding. Yes, 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 yes. So it was great.
hmm yeah, um, yeah. That's resonating with a lot of people actually.
Yeah.
That
I
sharing
mean,
that.
it just when I heard that, I'm like, okay, well, who knows if this is right or wrong, true or false, but I was like, that it makes a lot of sense to me. So it may not be
Well,
fact. It might be fake newsing this.
stop it. There is no fake news in it. Hypnicity has goosebumps. Um,
Hi, Susan.
and yes, a lot of beautiful people are here again. Best chatters.
Yay.
So, best chatters, we're wanting to know how has this helped you along your spiritual journey? I mean, but
I think for me personally, um, I would say more acceptance than anything. Um, reading and and doing readings from the time I was a teenager and growing up in this sort of environment, I thought I had just one gift and, could hone that craft. And, it went from reading cards to just scrying, because that's what I do, scry, to, that was it. And so the acceptance that there's much more and that there was something different. And once they're telling me once I make the move, more will come. So, that for me personally, it kind of was acceptance that, not only that you can grow in a different path or a different, you get different gifts, but the acceptance of, we each have our own path, and, just kind of being okay with it, just letting things flow, and not having to, me personally, not having to figure out why it is what it is. So, yeah.
Yeah. It wouldn't have to be a big surrender, would it? Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Richie's Reach said, it has brought light to something that I really didn't have much knowledge about, other than JJ and Karen have a language that I can understand at times. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's cool. Miss Charlotte said, I think for me, it's mainly confirmation that I am aligned with my higher self. Love me some of that.
Yeah.
And Beck said, awareness of my growth, deeper, deeper, deeper. Like that. Just getting caught up. Are you seeing anything that I'm missing, JJ?
No, but I did see what Beck had said. And a lot of times the people who are commenting and we put it up, it's like, I just want to like stay with what they're saying for a little bit, because it is like just going deeper and deeper into our spiritual growth. It's like, and just trust. I just love how you said that, Beck. Like, awareness of my growth, deeper, deeper, deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Because when mine came through, I was really happy. Adele from Sedona was there, and she was my light worker, energy worker at the time when my language emerged. And my people were telling her that I don't have to be sad anymore, because my people, my tribe, are coming back, and they're going to be joining me. So I didn't feel like I was alone anymore. And I think when people like Richie, and I think it might be Kaylee too, Fogo Pogo, it's like when somebody can almost think of what I'm about to say in my language before I say it, I do feel like that's my tribe coming back. I remember the first time I heard somebody speak the language similar to mine, and I just wanted to cry. I felt like it was echoing. It was like a call response thing. And to have it like played back to me and experience it, it was beautiful.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Nikki shared, I'm trying to open myself up more, like my aunt told me to, from the other side.
Yeah.
And Fogo, Kaylee said, yes, that happens for me with you, JJ.
Yeah.
And
so can we go back to what Nikki said really quick? Because for some of us, my guides are saying, for some of us, that opening ourselves up is going to be about healing ourselves. And they just showed me the more you dive deeper inside yourself. And I'm sorry that I can't remember the other person that said something about love yourself. But when we start to do that, it's almost like clearing out this negative space, or this negative stuff that is consumed our aura, or, your bone. I hate to put hollow bone in there, but your hollow bone, and it's almost acting like a dam or something. So the more crap we clear out, the more it's going to flow. For some of us, not all of us.
Yeah.
So
I like that. Annie Bear said, I may be wrong, but I'm seeing connection with spirit teams and ancestors, mother, etc. This will be called channeling by some. I am a hollow bone, like an instrument.
mm-hmm.
So that makes a lot of sense.
I love your song, Annie Bear.
Yes, yes, yes. And I do want to say hello to Angela Cardamancy Mesquite, who is lurking, who is caring for many of our friends, Purple Elephant Deb H, working with her. So, and Kaylee did say definitely have the call and response.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's extra special today.
You know what I feel like, because we have like 15 more minutes, I feel as if just a suggestion is, you know, you do your symbol, you do you, Karen does her, and I'll do me, and everybody in the chat can do them. And we'll just like come together.
Yeah.
A little meetup. Yeah.
And
just honoring ourselves.
And I would add that if someone feels like, well, what do I have to contribute? Maybe just imagine yourself being just a light, a beacon of light in whatever color you show up in, or colors, that you just imagine that light coming into your heart and shining out. Because we all have something.
And it is one of those things. I can already tell you the symbols are, if all of the symbols move just a little bit, everyone benefits. If everybody just has some awareness, puts that light out there, it's really powerful.
So. This little light of mine, hypnicity. Okay, I'm gonna let Karen do the her language. I'm going to do stuff on mute.
So I want to start off with a little meditation first, if that's okay with everybody. So if you could just kind of get comfortable, and I want you to picture a perfect temperature day, and imagine a river that's flowing, and you can sit in this river, or close to the river, close enough to touch it, and just imagine the sounds that are coming, whether it's the wind blowing through the leaves of the trees, just the warmth of the sun. Maybe you hear some birds chirping in the background. Be cognizant about your breathing in and out. And imagine the stream starts to turn a silver sparkling color, glistening off the sun. And it just gets brighter and brighter with this silver color. And you're just admiring it. Breathe in and out. And go ahead and put your hand in that stream. And just enjoy how that water feels on your hand. Stay there for a little bit. Just be open to whatever you're feeling. Atu eme epne ishene uta uta uta. Imagine if that stream was pulling everything that doesn't serve you out. Atu eme bratsana ete 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 usna ate eme ishno oto oto oto. Just pay attention to your breathing in and out. And the calmness. You're safe and protected. Uk ma'ate ishene utama abratu abratu ekne ete ishno. In and out. Breathe. Atueme ekne esene uta 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 umbrasana ete ete. Okna amabra aktu usano ote ete ete shano ote abra aktu. Whenever you want, just pull your hand out of the water and just take in all the sounds, the smell of the land, the quietness, the calm. Ukna ete eshene umbratu bratu akna ate esh. Ukne eme et ut. Akno ete eshene uma akrach. There's going to be a lot of changes coming this year for some of you. Ukne esene ubra ata ish. And so it's a releasing time, especially in January. What used to go slow, January will be a fast period. So be prepared for the changes. Because they're going to usher in new times for some of us. And the veil, ubra is thinning even more. It's time to manifest. Shine your lights, be your hollow bones. And be true to yourselves. Akne eteshne ut ama brasuno ote umbratu ata eshne it uta. I hate when I have to sing. Umbratu Atne asana uta bratu ukne.
That was gentle. I loved it.
That was different.
Thank you.
My head is still buzzing.
Yeah, it's kind of like how one would lay floating in the water, and it was like, da, da, da. It's like I still want to be in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we have Karen, your voice is very pretty when you chant sing. It sounds ancient, not you, the sound. It evokes generations of spirit. So a lot of love for that. That was terrific. Yep. A lot of beauty in that. And here you go. Water Lily said, I tuned in just in time. So moving.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Aww.
So, and Kaylee said, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to hit Nikki's comment, but go ahead. She's next.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Kaylee was singing and then drumming with my fingers on an imaginary drum. And Nikki
nice.
said, Karen, I thought I heard someone singing with you.
Sometimes that happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll just say there's a lot of love for when you sing. I know you don't, you hate it. You said you hate it. However,
It's get embarrassed. I'm like, oh.
This isn't about you. It's about the light language for everybody else. So there.
You're the key, remember?
Yeah.
Let it out.
Let it out. Get out of my own way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible. Yeah. Oh, and Joe Schmo said my singing bowls blended well.
Nice.
Nice. I was playing they want mine are on the floor right there. They wanted to be played before we started.
Mm-hmm.
It was very weird because I don't think I have my bowls at my house. They went to my new place. So they were like, since you don't have your bowls here, you have to sing. And I'm like, no, I don't want to.
Oh, Hilda thought there was an extra voice too. How were the cymbals for you, Gerald?
The cymbals were very interesting because they were being still, and what I saw was, basically we all need to, it's like when, if you ever dust, you have a dust rag. We need to put that dust rag in the water and allow that dust rag to be cleaned before we go back to cleaning the cymbals and the environment around us. So cleaning is one thing, because that's important, and we've talked about that here. And once the dust rag was cleaned and embedded with a new energy, and it was rubbed across the cymbals vibrated in a different way. So it actually changed what was going on.
Cool.
So it's like, because I'm sitting here, I'm like, the cymbals aren't moving. They're showing me what needs to happen. It's like, we need to make sure that all parts and pieces are cleaned. So
inside and outside.
Inside and outside.
Get your dusting rags out, everybody.
And I'm actually
I thought you were talking right to me, Gerald, when you're like, if you dust. And I'm like, how does he know I don't dust?
I was, yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, it was very interesting. And I'm actually seeing better without my glasses right now.
Wow. You're healed.
Yeah. You saw it here just in an hour, everybody.
Please send in your donations. We heal people. Woo-hoo.
Yeah. Ta-da. Oh, and Susan has been dusting, and
Yes.
so yeah, and JJ, you are not alone. Neither are you, Wayne.
Mm-mm.
So
Mhm.
maybe that is a trend between light language workers. No
Yeah.
dusting.
Yes.
Well, in moving all my things and packing, I realized how much I don't dust.
Mm.
And especially the things that are really high. I'm only 5'3". So yeah, everything's high. So it was pretty dusty in here.
Yeah.
Like when you're cleaning your mirrors, it only goes up so high. The cleaning. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wowzer.
Well, and I have like 7 or 8 feet tall windows. So, only this part gets clean.
Mhm.
It
Yes.
disturbs the orbs.
That's why I don't do it.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, gosh. And by the way, Angela is also like 5'2". So she's like,
There
been
you
telling
go.
me about it. So
You feel my pain.
yes. So we're just over an hour. Any last minute thoughts for everybody? And do we want to schedule something once a month or something like that?
Like not do every Sunday.
Oh, well, I mean, we can try to do every Sunday if we want.
Okay.
Oh, that was
Like,
easy.
okay. I'm like,
Okay.
are you breaking up with me?
Are you breaking up with us, Gerald? We don't.
No.
Oh,
No,
I'll start dusting, I promise.
Sheesh. Yeah, it's like, come back next week, next Sunday, please, please. Okay, we hear you. No, I'm not breaking up with you. Good Lord. Good Lord. Oh, and Wayne is like, we need at least 10 more.
10 more. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
We need
there
it because I think, this year, and especially what Karen's language was saying, January itself is going to be something.
I'm going to have to watch to see what I said because I don't
Yeah.
really know what I said.
I have the same experience when I'm doing a reading. I'm like, what did I say? What?
Yes.
What did I say?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
oil painter, we're going to hold you to that. You're going to be on time. We'll do it. Okay, we'll do it.
everybody, just there. Yeah, no breakups. This is not a breakup, please.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Yeah. So, okay. Well, again, thank you. Seriously, any last minute thoughts for people to help them through the week?
No, I think we did
lots of water. Yeah, we did it. Drink lots of water too.
Drink a lot of water. Yes.
Actually, and tonight especially, if you could drink a lot of water, just because I just feel like that was supposed to shake things up in a good way. So
yeah. So, all right. Tune in. Come back.
Tune in next week to see whose vision we heal.
Oh my gosh. There you go. Oh, there you go.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. We'll tune in and find out how much dusting the three of us have done.
Yes. Ooh, that's a good challenge. Okay.
I do not accept that challenge. My tiny hands cannot dust. They're too tiny. So, all right. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
Bye.